Hi, it's me, Kimberly, and welcome to this new video. Did somebody say spring? The sun is shining, the weather is getting better and better by the day, so I really felt like I should hop on the bandwagon and talk to you about spring knitting. This is not everything that I can knit, absolutely not, but it's everything that has been inspiring me the last couple of weeks and that are in my Instagram saves. And as we all know, we save way too much our hands can't handle. So it is at least fun to talk about them and maybe envision them and dream about those knits, and then maybe they will one day become a real item, or maybe they don't. So I thought let's just chat a little, and I will put in pictures of the patterns and names and info, and maybe you get some inspiration out of it, or maybe it's just fun to listen to. So let's get started. I thought let's first start with some tees, t-shirts, whatever you want to call them. And the first one I want to talk about is the Lingon tee. And I don't know if I pronounced this right, but it's from Woolen Knitwear. And it's a, I think, DK / worsted weight t-shirt. So a perfect garment for transition weather, or at least that's what I was envisioning, because it's still a bit of a thick woolly yarn that you can use, but it has short sleeve. It's like this perfect in-between thing that I could actually wear to the office. In this case, I really like that she put in this high neck. I think it really elevates the tee. I really like the raglan. I've been knitting a lot of raglans lately, and I think it's just a lot of fun. You can experiment around with how long you want the sleeves or the ribbing, etc. So I think it would be a perfect garment for spring. She has been promoting this in her new yarn brand. She just launched Woolen Yarns. I really liked some of the colorways she has brought out in her first drop. Think of some of the basics like white, shell, gray, brown, but also some blues and some greens, I believe. Really loving it. I think it's a merino yarn with 8% cashmere, so that would make it incredibly soft, or at least I think that would be incredibly soft. But I would like to see if people have been trying it out already. If you have, let me know what you think about it, if we should try it or not, because I do have a bit of a worry that maybe because of it having these merino / cashmere blend, it could potentially pill a lot, and I don't like pilling. But next one is maybe a bit of an ambitious knit. It's the super basic tee from Owada Knits. It's a very boxy fingering weight t-shirt, and it has very nice detailing. I believe it's a double knitted neckline and cuffs, and of course the body is finished in a double knitting as well. I've seen this in like whites, blacks, browns, navy colors, and it looks like a perfect basic tee. But one thing that keeps coming back is people have that on their needles for like months, and I'm not talking about 2 or 3 months, I'm talking about 8 or 9 months, or at least that's what I'm seeing online. So I don't know if that's something for me, but if you're ambitious and you want to try a fingering weight t-shirt that would be a staple in your wardrobe, you should definitely go check that pattern out. I think it looks beautiful. I think people who have been knitting it have been posting beautiful pictures on their Instagram. So maybe when I feel ambitious, we can try this. Because we're heading into spring, I thought vests should be mentioned, and I have been sitting this Sencha vest. It's from Trust the Mojo. I believe it's in a DK vest with some beautiful lace detailing, knit and pearls. It looks beautiful. I think it would be a great knit. Also maybe quite fast because it's on DK and you don't have to knit sleeves. And I have been saving this one quite a lot, even before it was out as a pattern actually, but it does remind me a lot of the Vilma top by Gregoria Fibers. Sort of the same style, same fit idea. However, Gregoria Fibers is also knitting, or at least knitting and writing a pattern for it as a full-blown cardigan, and that has sparked my interest. I like that idea. So maybe if these vests are not turning out, I would try to maybe knit that cardigan once the pattern is out. I think it would be a lovely cardigan. And I don't have anything like that in my wardrobe yet. So maybe we should try that out. Even though we are entering warmer weather, I think we cannot rule out sweaters because I'm a big fan of sweater knitting. Summer knitting has not really been my thing up till, well, today. So maybe this summer there will be some changing into that. But for now, I think I will be knitting a lot of sweaters. So I thought, let's see what I had as a goal for 2026, and one of them is like simple versatile sweater that I could just throw on. So I actually started that one already. It's a Monday sweater by Petite Knit. I've seen this everywhere. I know it's quite an old pattern, but a lot of people have it in their wardrobe and have been talking about it with only positive things. Even people knitting it 4 or 5 times and just changing some little bits. So maybe I will knit this again. I don't know, but let me show you what I have already. Ta-da! We cannot just talk about virtual things, right? I should show you some real garments as well. But this is her. She is my Monday sweater by Petite Knit. A beautiful raglan piece, and I opted to go for a twisted rib because, well, my normal rib is not that neat, but she's been coming along so fast. I think this is 1.5 or 2 weeks of knitting. Yes, she is beautiful, and I think I'm gonna wear her a lot. She is getting knitted up in Knitting for Olive merino held together with the soft silk mohair in the color linen, I don't know what you pronounce. I think it's just a little bit darker than the oatmeal, but it looks beautiful, don't you think? So that was one of my goals, and I am keeping myself to that goal. And I think it will be a perfect staple because it's quite lightweight and not that thick of a yarn. I think it would be nice. It will be a bit airy, a bit flowy. Gonna be a perfect staple. I want to continue on a sweater that is a pattern that I have a love and hate relationship with, and it's the sweater number 28 by My Favorite Things Knitwear. This has been on my list since it went into test knitting when it came out. I've seen it on my feed so many times and I've saved it so many times. I looked at that Ravelry page. It has a chokehold on my brain, that pattern. And I thought maybe I should just go for it. I have been talking about this quite a couple of times already on this channel, that I'm not so sure about the neckline and just the overall fit because it doesn't have short row shaping. But I just saw one person on Ravelry who added short rows herself after the arms. And then I thought, I could do that. So I've been posting on Instagram a little poll of people who could vote for the yarn I was gonna use. So I settled for the Biche et Bouche. Again, I'm butchering this name, but the Le Petit Lamb's wool, and I want to hold it together with their mohair in this beautiful blue color. I think it would be such a great spring staple. I was contemplating about the Le Petit Lamb's wool in this very light blue or in the summer blue. And I think the votes was 80% till 20 or 70 to 30% all voting for the summer blue. So I think we have a winner, and I think we will be ordering that soon. The only thing I'm thinking about is that I would maybe hold it together with the light blue mohair, but I'm not sure for that yet. But she's also been teasing something on her Instagram, and it's in this very green color, but it's the same stitch pattern, and she's just posted some snippets, and I'm not sure if it's going to be a cardigan, a sweater, or a t-shirt, so we will have to wait for that. But maybe that would be something as well, but I'm not sure. I think I should just go and settle for the sweater number 28, order the yarn, go for it, and try this short row shaping situation, because I think I should be able to do that, and then I can finally get this out of my head. And if it's not a success, we just frog it. We use the yarn for something else, because we've been in that state where I'm not scared of frogging anymore. So I think I'm just gonna order the yarn maybe today. And then, what is life without jackets? There's no life without jackets. We all wear jackets, and I've been knitting my Tia zipper jacket for months now, and she's not finished. No. Does that mean I've been not been looking to other patterns? No. So I have my port jacket from Ozetta on my want to make list. If you want to see all about jackets, you should go check my friend Sherry, her latest video, or maybe one of her latest video. It's all about jackets, so I will pop in a little thing here. You could check that out if you're interested in that. But port jacket from Ozetta was one of them, and I think it would be just such a good staple cardigan. I like the construction. I also saw a girl on TikTok who modified it a bit, so she made the neck a bit longer, so it was higher, and I think that would be just perfect, especially for the Dutch weather, which can be in the morning. It can be so cold, you want to put on a scarf, a full big jacket, and then late in the afternoon be like 70 degrees Celsius, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? But the jacket would be perfect for that weather, because then I can wear that on my bike in the morning, and then I don't know, I can see myself wearing it already, and maybe I should just cast it on. I don't know. My hands are gonna be busy. I can hear it already. In the jacket category that has also been in my Instagram saves for quite a while already is the Simply Me jacket, and it's from Norgard Knitters. I don't know how you pronounce this again, but this has been in my Instagram saves for quite a while. She actually made a sweater version of it as well. It's full garter stitch, and the one that I have been eyeing is like the jacket with the 2 or 3 buttons on the front, and it's very wide, so it's very airy. But I think it would be just a nice jacket for summer, because then it doesn't matter that it's that airy and you get cold on your back. And I think it would also be quite nice to actually wear to the office. This pattern has been, I've been intrigued by this pattern since the beginning, so maybe that would be a lovely jacket as well. I don't know. After jackets, we of course also have cardigans, and cardigans, we all have a love and hate relationship with them, I guess, because it's a lot of knitting if you're not steeking. So you have to purl every other row, and that's what keeping us from knitting a lot of. Okay, maybe I should not speak for us. Maybe I should just speak for me. I have doubts casting on cardigans because it's just quite a lot of work, but that doesn't keep me from eyeing them on Instagram and saving them in my want to make list. And one of them is a cardigan that has, I think, not been released yet. It has been in test knitting, and it's called the Mono Lines cardigan. And I looked at my saves, and I think I've been saving this like 4 or 5 times already, so that means I am liking it. I think the pattern is coming mid-April, so it's not there yet, but I am eyeing that one, and I think it's a style that has been a bit popular lately. I think in this case it's the vertical lines, and I mean in this cardigan they are made with the pearls, but I think this vertical line on garments has been popping up everywhere. One of them is the flow loop V-neck from Other Loops that has this vertical detailing that comes across the whole garment. And I think Coco Amour Knitwear also has a pattern just like that has like the lines all over the garment. And I think there's another one. It's called the Vera Sweater by Sophia Crawford. And I think it's a bit of, I don't know if it's a trend or all these people are making these patterns at the same time. I don't know, but I'm liking it. I'm contemplating on knitting something like that. As I said, the cardigan is quite a lot of work, so maybe it will be a sweater. I don't know, but yeah, it's these vertical lines that have been intriguing me. I've been eyeing them, I've seen them a lot, and I think a lot of designers are putting that kind of element in their patterns, which is quite interesting. But who knows, maybe we can knit something like that. Then another very interesting pattern, or at least I find it quite interesting because I've not really seen anything like this. It's from Wool and Beyond. It's called Beyond Classic Shirt. It's like a blouse, so it has like the cuffs with little buttons, and I think it looks so good, but when I look at that, I think it's a lot of knitting and a lot of work. So I don't know, I find it a very intriguing pattern. I've not really seen anything like this from other designers, and I know she puts a lot of thought into details, and I can really appreciate that, but I don't know if I have the stamina to knit this. But because I am, well, seeing this one and saving it in my Instagram, I thought I should share it with you. Maybe you guys have interest in knitting this up, but I will at least keep it in my mind for maybe one day. And then I thought we should top it off with a little accessory, and a little accessory that has been on my feet a lot, and maybe because it's pink and I like pink, is the My Duo scarf, again from Norget Knitters, that I also talked about the jacket. It's from the same designer, and maybe because the colors are speaking to me, the scarf is speaking to me. But I've never really knitted a scarf that has 2 colors, and I've been using my Sophie scarf and my Stay Toasty scarf a lot, and I think I could use another little scarf. I think the weather here is perfect for that. I often wear a jacket, and that is maybe a bit too on the cold side for the weather because I have to bike 30 minutes to work, but then it's very nice you have something warm around your neck, because in the beginning it's going to be quite cold, but at the end of the bike ride you're happy you're not wearing your winter jacket. But I think maybe this scarf should be on my list of things to make, and I think there could be a high possibility of me buying that yarn soon. But as I said at the beginning of this video, these are a lot of patterns and my hands can't keep up. So I wish I was able to make all of these patterns, but I'm simply just not able to. I have other things to do than just knit. But that doesn't keep me from dreaming about them and sharing them with you, because, well, I love to talk about knitting, and I hope you have had a joy listening to me talking about knitting and patterns, and maybe you got some inspiration from it. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of me and my knitting, subscribe to my channel, and then I hopefully see you in another video again soon. Bye bye.